Hello guys, welcome to another video. This is Sky. This appeared in two of my videos, Captain America, The Winter Soldier review, and Avengers Age of Ultron, not Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man 2 review. And today we are going to be talking about the films that are coming out in 2015. So basically a 2015 movie preview. This is going to be part 1, taken from January to June of 2015. So we're going to be hitting all the most, I wouldn't say major films, but the big films per month. So we're going to start off with January, obviously, first. On January 9th, we have Taken 3. I enjoyed Taken 1. From what I saw of Taken 2, it was just horrible. Yeah, so what are your thoughts?
Well, Taken 1 was good, because, it was an original concept and all that stuff, and you got to see, because, it was, like I said, it was an interesting concept, seeing a man who had certain abilities, I think that's what he said, in the man with talents that, comes out of retirement pretty much to save his daughter. But then, like you said, second one was crap. I mean, you have his daughter who was kidnapped in the first movie and was essentially useless, who's supposed to be helping him in the second one. And then the third one, I mean, it looks like they're just going over the top, so that's probably not going to be good.
I think it could be good. And then January 16th, we don't really have anything, in my opinion. We have Black Hat, Chris Hemsworth's spy movie. I don't think that,
yeah, that looks good.
We have The Wedding Ringer, Kevin Hart, Josh Gad, another film that doesn't look good. And some Spare Parts movie, which I haven't seen anything for. But January 23rd, we have Mordecai, which I don't know, it actually looks pretty good to me. But he says it looks horrible.
It just looks stupid. It looks like you're just getting Johnny Depp to put on a Jack Sparrow type character, but just put on an English accent and have blonde hair and a mustache as he does it.
We also have The Boy Next Door. I watched the trailer for that, and oh my god, that movie looks so horrible. We got Strange Magic, animation movie. Nothing really exciting. Also on January 16th, we have Paddington Bear. So.
Paddington Bear is gonna be good.
Okay. January 30th, the last week of January, we have Project Almanac, which I've seen the original trailer when it was called Welcome to Yesterday, and I saw the new trailer, which I thought the new trailer started off well, but then it started going into like a super Michael Bay with like explosions and crap. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen the second trailer, but I did see the first trailer. And I think the concept of this is interesting, where it's sort of like an infinite loop thing that they're in, where, like he first finds a picture and he's like, oh, that looks like me. And then they find a time machine, they do all this stuff. Then he has to go back in time, put himself in the thing, and then that's how you get the picture that he's in, and it's just like an infinite loop. But I just hope, I think it will be good if they don't do what some movies do and they don't make it a complicated time travel. So like if they just do like what X-Men Days of Future Past did and just make it like straight to the point time travel.
Okay, that wraps up January, guys. So February, the first week of February is the week before President's Day weekend. And we get Jupiter Ascending, which I'm gonna go, if I see this movie, I'm gonna go in open-minded. Visuals look awesome, but the plot, I don't know. So what are your thoughts on that?
Jupiter Ascending is gonna bomb. I mean, it is, the plot looks redundant. We have Channing Tatum, who isn't even really a good actor, but for some reason he keeps, I'll admit, he's funny in 2021 and 22 Jump Street, but that's about the only thing I like him in. Everything else I've seen him in, I have not liked him in. And then he's gonna be Gambit in the future, which I'm not really happy about. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be good. It got delayed so much because they probably knew the movie's not going to be that good, so they're releasing it in a better time.
A film that's been delayed even more is Seventh Son. That was originally supposed to come out in October 2013. Yeah. It got pushed to January, and then it got pushed all the way to February of this year. So it's been pushed back 1.5 years. I think I read that it got pushed back all the way to February because it changed studio companies, because Universal is partnered with Legendary Pictures now. So, I don't know. Jeff Bridges doing a stupid True Grit thing. All you can do. I saw The Giver. I mean, he didn't sound like that, but he still sounded. I don't know. This movie looks bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those cliche films where it's one kid that can stop everything or something like that, and then you have Jeff Bridges with some stupid accent with the "we're gonna fight dragons."
And then also on February 6th, this is a big weekend actually. We have SpongeBob, SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water. I've seen both trailers. As you know, we're '90s kids, so we watched SpongeBob a lot when we were kids. You know, a lot of people are complaining about it because it's ruining their childhood because it's 3D, it's CGI animation instead of 2D. I'm fine with that. You know, it looks entertaining. I think it looks good as a family film. But if you judge it as like an adult film, then you're gonna be wrecking it to pieces. So what are your thoughts?
I'm very excited for this movie because back in the day when the first SpongeBob movie came out, I was very happy because I always watched the SpongeBob TV show, and once I found out they were getting a movie that I had to go in a movie theater and watch, it was very exciting. And now I'm gonna get to feel that same excitedness again when I go to see this one. And I might be biased towards it, but I think it's gonna be good because I mean it's SpongeBob. You can't exactly go wrong with SpongeBob, and quite frankly, I don't care that it's CGI instead of cartoon because I mean it's just that's like saying you don't like I mean it just seems stupid if you're gonna complain about that. That's all I can say.
But Antonio Banderas is in it, so it gotta be good. And then February 13th, we get two. I mean, one of these films going to gross a lot of money that weekend, but I don't know if it's going to do good in the long run. While the other film might do good in the long run. We have 50 Shades of Grey, which looks horrible. I'm not even going to see that film. I think it's a disgrace to movie making. It's basically pornography, but in the actual theater. It's
50
really...
Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of No right there.
And the other film, we have Kingsman Secret Service, which got pushed back. It was originally supposed to come out the same day as John Wick did, October 24th. But it got pushed back to February. I don't know why it got pushed back. I think it's just because of better release time. But, you know, it looks interesting. It's Matthew Vaughn behind the helm. So, I like first kick butt film, and I liked X-Men First Class. So, you know, he's a good filmmaker. So, I'll probably end up seeing this. Just for Matthew Vaughn. Also Michael Caine, so you can't go wrong with him. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the Kingsman, Kingsman Secret Service. That looks like an interesting film because it sort of looks like it's like they're doing like James Bond, but everyone's all young. Like it's like a young James Bond sort of because you know it's set in England and all that stuff.
And then the following week, February 20th, which is the last major weekend of February, we have Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Originally supposed to come out Christmas Day, got pushed back because the interview moved into Christmas Day, which we know is not going to be coming out on Christmas Day now. But Hot Tub Time Machine 2, I mean, I watched the first one. I know they released a new trailer for it. I watched the first trailer. It was like, I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be as good as the first one was because they're going to like a future now or something. It's like they're trying to... It's basically kind of like the first one, except it's the future, which, you know, could not always be good. What are your thoughts on
Well, I mean, the first Hot Tub Time Machine was pretty hilarious. I mean, you know, Craig Robinson, you know, all those people, always laughing. But, I mean, I don't know, I haven't even seen the trailer yet, but if they're going into the future, I mean, it does sound interesting, but it's just... I mean, I know with those movies, you're not supposed to really take it seriously, but I still want a plot that is somewhat understandable and not something that, like you're not gonna, that only, like, idiots would be acceptable with.
And then, the first weekend of March, it's Chappie, his Neil Blomkamp new film. I like District 9 from, well, more like I love District 9. But then I also liked Elysium. I know a lot of people didn't like Elysium. And, I'm gonna get Chappie, which... if you're counting this film, you get all three films are dealing with the theme of discrimination. First, District 9, discrimination against the aliens and the humans. Elysium, discrimination against people on Earth and people on Elysium, and this one looks like a discrimination against robots and AI versus humans. So then a lot of people want Neil Blomkamp to do Transformers 5. I don't know about that. So what are your thoughts on Chappie?
Well, I mean, of course Chappie's gonna be good. It's directed by Neil Blomkamp. Blomkamp.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's sort of like the Christopher Nolan for sci-fi films in the sense that pretty much all his movies do very successful and they're very like intricate and well thought out, and most people like them. And yeah,
But
I can be good.
You gotta see this. I mean, Hugh Jackman's in the mullet, so you can't go wrong with that. And then following weekend we get Heart of Sea and Cinderella. I've seen both trailers for Cinderella. I feel like in the last trailer, the recent trailer, I felt like they released the whole plot of. Really, I mean, I already know the plot of Cinderella, but I feel like they really released a lot of footage in the last trailer, basically going from it starts off at point A and then ends at point B. I felt like they showed the whole movie in that trailer. And he hadn't seen any of the trailers except for the teaser trailer with the shoe, so he can't really say anything. And we get Heart of Sea, which we both seen the trailer of. I know it's supposed to be the tale that inspired the Moby Dick story. And it's supposed to deal with. I think it's more dealing with the human drama of this whole thing than it is concerning about the whale. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I think it's gonna be one of those movies where it's good, but it's not something you necessarily want to watch all the time, like like Prisoners, because it's gonna be one of those movies that, like I said, it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be like sort of like depressing because I mean it's supposed to deal with them resorting to cannibalism to survive, so it's not exactly gonna be an uplifting movie to watch, but I do think it's gonna be really fun when we get to see like the whole Moby Dick whale in the thing, because in the trailers all you can do is just see like his tail or like part of his back. Like I want to actually see like what his face looks like. I just want to see it.
Okay, so we're done with that weekend. That's the only thing that's coming out that weekend, except for a new Paranormal Activity movie. I mean, it's a sequel to Paranormal Activity 4.
Paranormal Activity is a dead franchise now.
Well,
running into the garage.
Well, Paranormal Activity 4 sucked. The Mark ones, they tried veering in a different direction.
They all suck. All they do is just rely on shaky cam.
But it's something called the Ghost Dimensions in 3D as
Ghost Dimensions.
I don't know. And then in that following week I was talking about, we have Insurgent, which I saw Divergent. I didn't do a review of it because I saw it when it came out on DVD, and Divergent sucked. I watched both of the Insurgent trailers. Both of them sucked, so I'm not excited about this. I felt like the main guy, the main male lead sucked in the movie as well. I mean, he didn't want to watch Divergent with me.
Because I knew it was gonna suck.
He hadn't seen any of the trailers, so he doesn't know any of this stuff. We also get some other film named The Gunman with Idris Elba, Sean Penn, Javier Bardem, Ray Winstone. It's an action film. I think they released a trailer of it. I still gotta watch it, so I can't say anything yet. And then the following weekend we get Hard, which I don't know. I saw the trailer for it. It had some funny parts in it, but not really a lot. I thought the very ending of the trailer was funny with the Mayo thing, but it's Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell. I mean, Kevin Hart's on a hot streak. I don't necessarily like him in films. I thought he was the best part of Ride Along, though, even though Ride Along was a horrible film. But Will Ferrell is always funny. I watched Elf recently, and oh my god, he just does fantastic in that movie. So I'll probably see it. So what are your thoughts?
This movie is 50-50 for me because I don't think Kevin Hart is funny. I hate to break the news to everyone, but I just don't. He's not really that funny. He's just, I don't even know why he's in all these movies right now. Because pretty much every trailer and or movie I see him in, he's just not funny. They force him into these films to be funny and he's not. But then, so that's the bad part of the movie for me. But then the good part is that we get Will Ferrell. And Will Ferrell is hilarious. I mean, I don't think he's ever been in a comedy that was not funny. So yeah,
we also
that could go 50-50.
That same weekend, Get Hard's an R-rated comedy. And then the same weekend we get a family film, Home, DreamWorks Animation, Jim Parsons, Rihanna, Steve Martin, Jennifer Lopez. You know, it looks fun. It looks good for what it's for. It looks like it has some funny moments with Jim Parsons as the alien, but Jim Parsons is basically doing Sheldon as an alien. So, I mean, I felt like, I mean, I watched the Elf Christmas special with it was stop motion. Jim Parsons did the voice as Buddy, which Will Ferrell did in the movie. But this was the Christmas special. I felt like Jim Parsons basically infused Sheldon into the Buddy character of the Elf Christmas special. So, you know, I felt like everything he's in now is gonna rely on Sheldon. They want Sheldon with it. They don't want him. They want Sheldon. So I feel like they're kind of force feeding with Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. What are your thoughts on this film? You've seen both trailers.
This movie does not look that good because we have Jim Parsons, who, as he said, is pretty much playing Sheldon in all his roles. The only role I think he might not have played Sheldon in was the one movie that I can't remember.
The
what it's
Normal
called.
Heart with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo and Taylor
Julia Roberts with the
Yeah.
gay people.
Yeah, the one we were trying to get rights for. I don't know what it was called, but like equal like marriage rights and stuff like that. But yeah, like I think that might have been one of his only roles that he did not play Sheldon in, because obviously there's no way he would have played Sheldon in that role. It just wouldn't have fit the theme. But anyway, back to home. So we have him, who seems to always be playing the same character. I mean, I think he's funny as Sheldon, but I mean, it's just I want to see him play more diverse people. And then also we have Rihanna, and I don't think she's a good actress. She doesn't really, I don't know, she just doesn't seem good to me. But yeah, so, I mean, of course it's going to make money because it's a kid's movie, but I just don't think it's going to be that good.
Okay, now we're going with April now. Not really a lot of big films coming out in April, so we're just going to count two ones that I think is going to be big. Because they grossed, the predecessors grossed a lot of money. First weekend we get Furious 7, last Paul Walker film. I watched Brick Mansions, which was his final complete film. And Brick Mansions was, I mean, Furious 7, you know, it looks okay. I didn't watch Fast and Furious 6. I watched Fast 5, Fast and Furious, which was the first one. I watched The Fast and the Furious, and Too Fast, Too Furious. So I've seen everyone except for the third and sixth. No, it looks okay. I mean, it's one of those films that you just gotta turn off your brain and just watch it for what it's for. So what are your thoughts on Furious 7?
Furious 7's gonna suck. Because pretty much all the Fast and Furious movies recently, because at the beginning, for like the first few, like up until like 4 or 5, whichever, what was the first one that Dwayne Johnson appeared in? Was that 5?
That's 5.
Yeah, so up until the fourth one, like the fourth one was the last one where it was actually like semi-realistic, in the sense that like they weren't doing all these crazy stunts and all that stuff. But then once the fifth one came, it got too out of hand. Because I mean, you had them literally driving a bank across the road, and nothing was happening. Like, I mean, the bank wouldn't have even, I mean, not the bank, the vault, I meant to say. The vault wouldn't have even been moving.
Okay, so I think we're done with Furious 7 conversation. Now, the last film of April we're going to be talking about is Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, made by the great Sony, who loves making Adam Sandler films. Looks horrible. I watched the first trailer. It looks like Grown Ups 2. Grown Ups 2 was the worst movie I ever watched. I gave that a 0 out of 10. Just because it was so stupid. And this also looks like it could actually have potential to be a 0 out of 10. This is me. I'll be surprised if this is not the worst film for me in the next year. What are your thoughts on Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? I know you like the original.
Yeah, I thought the first one was pretty funny, but this one's probably gonna be bad. And then also, I'm at the point where I'm going to bash nearly every Sony film that gets made, because I'm very disappointed with what they've done with Spider-Man. Because originally, I was on their side with Spider-Man. I was one of the only people supporting them, like once the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. But then, now, with all these hacks and stuff, we found out that Sony's just been sitting down doing nothing. So, I'm full on like waging war against them now.
Okay.
I have no mercy for them.
Oh, okay. Let's get off that subject right now. Okay, now we're going to May. Avengers: Age of Ultron. We all know that's gonna be good. I mean, trailers. I watched all three of them. And James Spader looks like he's gonna steal the show as Ultron. I mean, his voice really just brings it more than Josh Brolin did with Thanos. And I think he's better than Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon. I think his voice is gonna be awesome for that film. It looks like tensions already building between Steve Rogers and Tony Stark, which is gonna lead to Civil War. And it looks good. I don't know if it's gonna be as good as the first Avengers, because I like the first Avengers because it was lighthearted, but it still contained those serious moments. This one looks all serious. It doesn't look like it's gonna contain a lot of jokes in it. I know this guy. He didn't really like the Avengers as much as I did. So I don't know. He would give like a 7 out of 10 or something.
Yeah, because the first Avengers wasn't that good. Captain America: Winter Soldier has easily been the best Marvel film, even better than Guardians of the Galaxy, because Captain America: Winter Soldier, that just reflects all of what Marvel stands for, pretty much. But yeah, so this movie's, I don't know what this guy's saying. It's obviously gonna be better than the first Avengers. The first Avengers was a very weak movie. It was pretty much just riding on the fact that it was the first superhero team-up movie. Because, I mean, there was no plot, all that stuff. It was just, there's so many plot holes. But yeah, this Avengers: Age of Ultron looks like it's going to be very good. And this is pretty much going to be the launch-off pad for Captain America: Civil War, which is going to be quite possibly one of the biggest superhero films of all time, because it's recreating one of the biggest Marvel comic storylines in all of history, the Civil War. Although it is, the movie, I've heard, is going to be different in the sense that it's not really going to be government against superhero, but just like I don't really. It's just gonna be different. It's gonna be a little different from the comics. But yeah, Avengers: Age of Ultron, total 10 out of 10 probably.
And then the following week we get Don't Mess with Texas. I mean, it's a comedy film. Reese Witherspoon, Sofia Vergara, and David Oyelowo. I haven't seen a trailer for it, so I can't say anything. And we also get this Mean Moms with Jennifer Aniston. Don't know what that is, so I'm not gonna say anything. But then the following weekend, we get Mad Max Fury Road. I've seen both trailers, and it looks like this film just banking on its franchise name. Didn't really give a lot of plot. Give a little more plot in the second trailer, but it's mainly just, it's banking on the action of the film and the name itself. So, I mean, I'm probably going to see it, but I'm not going to go in with, like, high expectations. I'm open mind like I did with Jupiter Ascending. So what are your thoughts on Mad Max?
This Mad Max film essentially looks like it's rebooting everything, because I watched bits and pieces of the original Mad Max films, but my dad, he's watched them all, and he's pretty much said that from watching the trailers, it looks like they're just taking all three of the original films and just putting them into one, and then just like throwing it out there. So it looks like they're trying to pull Terminator here and like reboot the franchise without necessarily rebooting it.
And then also the same day we get Pitch Perfect 2. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks, which I actually think Elizabeth Banks is really talented. I actually liked her. I thought she was one of the best parts of Walk of Shame. That movie just total train wreck. But Pitch Perfect 2, I never watched the first one. I know the first one got good reviews. Anna Kendrick, I know, was probably the best in it I read. I know my mom watched it, but I don't like these kind of movies, so I'm probably not going to see it unless my mom needs someone to go with. So, I mean, I'll probably see it. I'll probably watch it when it comes on, when it comes online, but yeah, I'm not really looking. I mean, it just I mean, the first trailer, I mean, it just didn't look good. So, what are your? I think you're just gonna say it sucks.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, Rebel Wilson. My God, she is not funny at all. Her and Miss Melissa McCarthy. I mean, I don't have anything personally against them. I just don't think they're that funny, yet they keep getting all these movie roles. Because Melissa McCarthy, she's pretty much just, they just have her curse a lot in her films, and then that's supposed to be funny. And then Rebel Wilson, I just don't think she's funny. Which is going to be one of the weak points for me in Night at the Museum 3.
Okay, so, following week, Memorial Day weekend, we get Melissa McCarthy film. Directed by Paul Feig, Spy. Not gonna see it. I don't think they've released a trailer for it yet. If you I mean, I'll check today.
But it's got Jason Statham in it.
Jason Statham, Jude Law, and Rose Byrne. I thought, it's got talented people with it, but it doesn't look good. And we get Tomorrowland. I've seen this teaser trailer so many times. Nothing but trailers. They show it a lot, and then movie theaters. I've seen it multiple times when I go to movie theaters. I feel like it could be good, but then it could be bad. I mean, visual looks good from what it was, but I thought like the main lead, Britt Robertson. I mean, when she like picks up a pin and then she's like, and I'm like, I mean, I can act better than that. I mean, I'm just in a beginning acting class right now, but I feel like I could act better than that. So, I feel like she's gonna be a weak point in the film. So, what are your thoughts on Tomorrowland?
Well, as most people probably can agree, Tomorrowland is typically the best part of Disneyland and Disney World. Yeah, they have Tomorrowland and Disney World. But yeah, that's typically like the best part, because that has the best rides. Like it has Space Mountain, like the Buzz Lightyear laser shooting ride. I don't know what it's called exactly, but yeah, it's got lots of fun rides. So if they can somehow, like make this movie reflect how fun that part of the park is and how much we all love it, then it'll be good. Because this movie is called Tomorrowland after all. It should be something we all like.
Are you done?
Yeah.
And then following weekend we get animation, a family film, Monster Trucks. They haven't released a trailer of it yet, so I mean soon they probably will, but I haven't seen one yet, so I can't say anything. It's got Rob Lowe in it, and I thought Luke. And then we get the Untitled Cameron Crowe project, which is the Hawaii one. It's got Bradley Cooper. It's got a lot of people involved with it, but I was here. I saw them film, so it's got a lot of people in it, so noticeable people. Bill Murray as well. Bradley Cooper, Emma Stone. And then we get San Andreas. I've seen the trailer twice or so. This movie looks horrible. I mean, I saw some people would say that it looks good. It looks like a guilty pleasure film. It just doesn't look good. I feel like the best part is gonna be Paul Giamatti, but I don't even think Paul Giamatti's gonna be in it a lot. So, what are your thoughts on San Andreas? I know you watched the trailer before we filmed this.
San Andreas equals total crap. That's all I have to say.
And we get into June, which is going to be the last month of this video, guys. I think this video has been going on for like 15-20 minutes, but we have first weekend of June we get Entourage, which is the film adaptation of the Entourage TV show. I know it's got the people returning from Entourage, but I've never seen Entourage, so I'm probably not going to see it. We get Insidious 3. I don't watch horror films, so I'm not going to be watching this. Then we get Paper Towns, which is the one guy from Fault in Our Stars, Nat Wolff. I think it's based on the book by the same guy who wrote Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, look at that!
John Green, yeah.
You have the model that probably can't act.
We get it on Wikipedia. I'm reading right now. It says romantic mystery comedy film, so that's a lot of different genres squished into one. But June 12th. I think most anticipated movie of me for the year. I mean, it beats out Avengers, which is quite surprising. Jurassic World, Chris Pratt looks awesome. Seen the trailer like 20 times, 20, 30 times. It looks awesome. What are your thoughts on Jurassic World?
I mean, it looks like it's gonna be good, but it's just lots of interesting plot things we're doing in here. Like no one's questioning anything that's going. I mean, the park has failed so many times in the past movie history, and then people are gonna be like, okay, they renamed it Jurassic World. Let's go to it now. They have these pods that we can sit in that will fly around the dinosaurs. But yeah, I still think it's gonna be good though. But it's just I don't know if it's gonna be a movie that is going to be, like smart. It's probably just going to be playing out the fact that you're going to think we're all, like, idiots and not going to realize anything.
Final weekend, we get another Transporter movie. I've never seen it. I didn't see the first three, so I don't know about this film. And we get Inside Out, which I think this is going to bring Pixar back where it was back in the early 2000s. This movie looks awesome. It's got Amy Poehler in it. Louis Black, Bill Hader, Diane Lane, the captain from How I Met Your Mother in it. This movie looks awesome. I've seen both trailers. What are your thoughts on Inside Out?
I don't know. It's 50-50 because I mean it could be good because if it really does go back to the roots of Pixar movies, then it'll be good. But I mean, it kind of looks like it's not really gonna be that. I mean, it's just they only have like one happy emotion, so to say, because I believe the emotions are like happiness, which is like the main emotion. Then you have like anger, fear, sadness, disgustedness, and I think that's it. But that means there's only like one good emotion, so to say. So it's just I don't know if I want to watch a movie. I don't know if like it will be good because I'll just be watching all these bad emotions, pretty much.
Okay. This is gonna be the final weekend we're gonna be talking about in this video. So what we got here, we got a comedy drama film, Ricky and the Flash, Meryl Streep and Kevin Kline. Don't know much about it, so I'm not gonna be talking about that. But we got Ted 2, sequel to Ted. I love Ted, and this movie looks. I think this one's going on a road trip, so this movie looks as well. I mean, it's got Mark Wahlberg. Morgan Freeman's in it, Liam Neeson, Patrick Warburton. It's got a lot of talent in it. I mean, no Mila Kunis this time, but it replaces her with Amy Seyfried, which I think I like. I like Amy Seyfried better than Mila Kunis because she doesn't get annoying like Mila Kunis does. But what are your thoughts on Ted 2?
Well, I mean, Ted was hilarious, so I don't see why this one won't be hilarious.
So
Still got Seth MacFarlane. I mean, he did have a little bit of a train wreck with A Million Ways to Die in the West, but yeah, it's still gonna be good.
So that's gonna be the final weekend of this video, guys. So in the following video, we're gonna be doing July to December. So we're probably cutting down on the rest of the year. I don't know if we got that much films as we did in this film. I think July we got like 10 of them, but like after that we only got like 2 to 4 a month, so not as much as this episode. But leave in the comments box below what you guys think of these films. Any films you want to talk about, any films you're looking forward to, any films you disagree with us. Just I want to know you guys' opinions on this stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description box below, like my Facebook page. Also in the description box below. Please like and share the video with your friends and family. If you have a comment, please do. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day and goodbye.